Hello and welcome to this short video around sense-making and reflective practice. In this video, we will look at reflective practice and the theories that underpin them. We will explore the process of sense-making, what we mean by sense-making, and how that could work for you and your organisation. As we work in new explorative ways, we have the freedom to experiment, with learning at the heart of what we do. Test and learn approaches require qualitative methods of evaluation in order to make account for the complexities at hand, enabling us to be adaptive to the learning. Action research is a method that aims to investigate systems whilst being able to provide solutions real time. It provides a mechanism for systemic inquiries that can both amplify and discard conditions. Reflective practice can be a useful method to collect and document these investigations, providing an authentic learning environment that challenges system conditions and informs future working. Firstly, why do we even need to be reflective and what is the purpose of this approach? The need for reflective practice is grounded in the necessity of adapting and learning from our experiences, enabling us to account for all the nuances that potentially are contributing to challenge in systems that we are working in. It enables both the individual and collective capacity to rationalise these interactions and critically evaluate both the intended and unintended contributing factors. This is especially useful considering the work we are conducting in tackling systemic conditions that pose barriers to communities and neighbourhoods and their physical activity habits. Explanatory frameworks such as reflective practice provides us with a mechanism for learning the realities of these new spaces and connections, enabling a joined-up approach to decision-making. When trying to integrate a reflective practice within your work streams, it is difficult to understand where to start. Applying a model that is grounded in theoretical understanding enables you to provide a working structure, a clear and useful starting point, and also provides a framework to guide analysis. There are many models that can be applied, ranging from simple to advanced theoretical application. We have experimented with a few models and have found that Rolf's model of reflective practice provides a good level analysis in a pragmatic and realistic way. It is based upon three simple questions. What, so what, now what? Using these three questions, you can describe an experience or work stream, analyse this experience with fundamental assumptions, identify implications, and enable an action-oriented approach. The first question describes the situation, experience, or work stream. Here you can detail what actions did you take? What were you trying to achieve in the situation? What was your role? How did others respond to your role and actions? Did change occur, and how do we know this? What were the consequences of your actions, and how did it feel in the moment? The second question, so what, looks to delve into a deeper thought process and analysis. What does this work stream, experience, or situation teach me? What is the implied meaning? Could I or should I have done better? What other knowledge could I have brought to the situation? And what knowledge did I base my actions on? And is there a new understanding of this situation? The final question, now what, is one rooted in action. How can I take this learning and inform my next steps? What needs to be considered to improve or resolve the situation? Do I need to hold my nerve and be patient, or take action? What needs to be considered for this action to be successful, and what are the broader issues to be considered? Rolf's reflection cycle provides us with a mechanism for learning and an opportunity to reflect on our practice. It poses the ability to document our experiences with these realities and working in these new spaces, enabling us to have a joined-up approach to decision-making. We have now looked at the theoretical frameworks that support the capacity for reflective practice. Now for the practicalities. A reflective process should be flexible and the mechanisms that need to suit you and your work. In terms of frequencies, it can be as frequent as the work desires, although as the process requires the capacity to think critically and retrospectively, perhaps weekly would be a little too often. Anything from bi-monthly, monthly to quarterly seems to suit the work across most sectors. There are many ways to actually document reflections, from pen and paper journaling Teams channels, Slack, and even Jam and Trello boards work. It is about finding the platform that is most conducive to the work that you do and your working style. Online platforms seem to work the best as they enable an interactive capacity, increasing engagement and even collaboration across the team and their individual reflections. The Rolf method enables an autonomy in the reflection approach and limits any prescriptive language. However, it may be useful to encourage specific language and terminologies, as this can help link the reflection process to other organisational measuring mechanisms, such as performance reviews. Using common language also may help the evaluation process of reflections, making it more accessible to identify strategic themes of the work and making correlations to the wider thematic influences of the system and its conditions. We will now look at how we can make sense of the documented reflections collectively through a process called sensemaking. What is sensemaking? Sensemaking can be defined as a conversational event where people intentionally come together with the purpose to share perspectives and cognitive abilities to make sense of an issue or problem they face. Essentially, sensemaking is about creating capacity for learning and exploration. It is a facilitated conversation that looks to provide the opportunity to collectively share stories of the work retrospectively, where we can challenge our comprehension and rationality and inform future work. The facilitation requires prep work to be carried out that can highlight any common themes emerging in the reflections, with the aim to provide translation of the work and contribute to outputs. Sense-making sessions should be guided by questioning techniques that embody radical candour and appreciative inquiry techniques to ensure a safe and productive space. Sessions usually require roughly 2 hours to ensure adequate capacity for more meaningful conversations and analysis. It can be carried out within small sub-teams or as part of a wider whole team development opportunity. The frequency of these sessions should be guided by reflection frequencies, but quarterly seems most appropriate and practical for work streams. To summarise, the process of sense-making is particularly important in our work with active partnerships, both with a regional and national perspective. We are working in explorative ways where spaces are rapidly changing, navigating uncertainty and unpredictability. It helps us make sense of vast amounts of data, ambiguous situations, and challenging system conditions, enabling us to adapt, innovate, and respond effectively. By fostering a deeper understanding of sense-making and its underlying processes, active partnerships and other sporting partners can enhance their capacity to navigate complex challenges, make informed decisions, and adapt to ever-evolving environments. Ultimately, sense-making empowers us to find meaning and capture learning amongst complexity and uncertainty.